Noel. Chris Paul re-upping with the Suns. A new 4-year deal could be worth up to $120 million.
Welcome into First Take. I'm Victoria Arlen, and I'm the newbie to the squad over here, alongside these epic humans. Dominique Foxworth, who is here with me in studio. Marcus Spears and Kendrick Perkins are here from afar. So shall we do this, guys?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Absolutely. What you rubbing your hands for, Dominique?
Because you know I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to eat. I'm happy you are here because I'm ready to eat.
Well, I'm ready for NBA free agency, which kicked off yesterday with some big moves because we've got Trae Young. He's agreed to a 5-year rookie max deal to stay in Atlanta. That could be worth up to $207 million after making it to the NBA Finals for the first time in his career, 11-time All-Star. Chris Paul is in Phoenix. He's going to re-sign on a 4-year, $120 million deal. And, I'd say it's well worthwhile. And we've got an all-star. Kyle Lowry is on his way from Toronto to Miami in a sign and trade. And he has agreed to a 3-year, $90 million deal with the Heat. And Lonzo Ball, he's going to be heading to the Bulls for a sign and trade in with the Pelicans. The 5th-year point guard signed to a 4-year, $85 million deal with Chicago. But there were many other moves yesterday. Mike Conley Jr. agreed to stay put with the Jazz. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander agreed to a 5-year, $172 million extension with the Thunder. And the Lakers are bringing back 4 players who previously played for them, including Trevor Ariza and Dwight Howard. And the Knicks agreed to a deal with Evan Fournier, and they will bring back Derrick Rose. All right, guys, who had the best move of free agency? So, Marcus, I'm going to start with you.
I'm starting with the Phoenix Suns. I love them keeping Chris Paul. Listen, we saw what he did. We know the rapport that he has with Monty Williams, but we all saw the veteran presence take hold. And in order for Phoenix to get back to having an opportunity to win a championship, I think Chris Paul is going to be a big part of that. You love to get enamored with the moves of guys going to new teams that they hadn't previously been with, but we need no bigger sample size than what we saw this year and the impact we saw Chris Paul have on the Phoenix Suns. I didn't expect a 4-year, $120 million deal. It only reaffirms that I should have tried to go to the NBA. And even if I would have sucked and been on the bench, I would have made more money than I did playing in the NFL. But the bottom line is, man, veteran presence. Chris Paul showed that he still can go at a very high level. But I think more importantly, when you re-sign Chris Paul, you show your young stars, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, you show these young guys that we are still in the mix to win a championship, and that veteran presence is going to pay dividends like it did this year. So I think that's the best signing this year.
Who you got, Perk?
You know what, Spears? It was a good signing, and I don't disagree with none of the points you made. But when we talk about the best free agent signing yesterday, I have to give it to Lonzo Ball, right? You look at a guy that was drafted number 2 overall to the Lakers, traded to the New Orleans Pelicans, was able to keep his value up, wasn't retained to the team he was traded to, kept his value up, and signed an $80 million deal with a player option on the back end. And when you look at Lonzo Ball, he has increased and improved his game, his outside shooting. This is a guy right now that needs the ball in his hands, that's going to have the keys to the vehicle to drive in Chicago, playing alongside Zach LaVine and Vucevic, having that big man that could pick and pop, pick and roll to the basket. He's going to be throwing those backdoor lobs to Zach LaVine and getting out in transition. This is a guy that is capable of going out there and getting you 18, 10 dimes, and 8 rebounds a night. And look, Lonzo Ball, I know he had to play alongside Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram, so we didn't get to see the Lonzo Ball that we wanted to see, meaning to me, he's superstar type material. He has that potential to be must-see TV. We're going to see that in Chicago. I thought Chicago won yesterday by signing this young superstar in the making.
Yeah, I like that. They got a bit of a baby big 3 out there in Chicago, and Lonzo gets a chance to have the ball in his hands and kind of control the offense. They've been trying to find a point guard for a while, and it seems like they found one. But I can't say it's the best deal because this is going to get them in the playoffs, but I don't know how close it gets them to the top of the East. And I like what you said about Chris Paul, but I mean, I got a little issue with that trade, or excuse me, with that signing also, but we can get back to that. We'll go to the most obvious answer. See, what happens is y'all come on TV and you want to seem smart. So you go off and you find some different answer. You go find the one that's not in front of you. Like, man, I'm going to get him with this one. I'm going to kill him when I say it's Lonzo Ball. Why can't we just go with Lowry? He was the highest rated free agent. He went to a team that was in the conference finals, or excuse me, in the finals a year ago. He went to a team that plays great defense. He's a great defender. He's a very good shooter. He's a guy who you can give the ball to in key possessions in the fourth quarter of playoff games and feel confident. Like, I don't understand why you guys are making this harder than it has to be. This team was good last year. They were even better the year before, and their shortcomings were at the point guard position. They brought in a veteran presence who has championship experience, who fills in all the gaps that they have at that position, allows Jimmy Butler to do what he does best. They're not going to be asking Tyler Hero to run the one, which they were doing at certain points last year, which was bad for everybody. Like, I feel like this, just having him on the team, allows people to play their true positions and allows them to all be better. And this team is already better. And we hear so much about heat culture. Lowry's a guy who fits in a heat culture. So I think it's obvious that that is the best signing yesterday for the best team. And Marcus, I love Chris Paul and I love what they did there. They had to do it, frankly. But how good are the Suns really? Like, they might have been out in the first round if it weren't for an injury to AD. Like, I understand that they had to make this move. I'm not criticizing for that move, but I'm not sure that they're as close as we think they are, or as close as we all saw them.
I knew.
You knew that was coming?
I knew. This is my daughter's cup right here, and it's got unicorns on it. Because I knew I was going to have to get into it with Big Perk and Dom this morning. How in the hell are both of y'all? Listen, I get it. I like the sign. It's Lonzo Ball won. The Bulls ain't about to do a damn thing. We all know that. And then when you talk about Kyle Lowry with the Miami Heat, yes, Kyle Lowry makes the Miami Heat better. We saw them in the finals 2 years ago. We just saw Phoenix in the finals. And listen, if you are going to have a chance in the West, you better have a veteran presence that can still play at a very high level. I understand all of the arguments that y'all just made, but you, Perk, talking about Lonzo and Vucevic and Zach LaVine, ain't nobody worried about that. And Dom, to you, like you with Kyle Lowry going to the Miami Heat, we all understand what that franchise is about. Yes, that's the conventional thought. Like, let's go with the guy that left Toronto and signed with a new team because that's the best signing. No, the hell it ain't. Chris Paul just went crazy in a playoff series. He's with Monty Williams. The Phoenix Suns are going to be better with their younger guys. This is the best signing. You know why? Because he keeps everything intact. These guys,